Yeah, a question came up earlier going, hey, we have an older generator that we'd like to move around. And the problem is, as soon as you put a generator on wheels, you come into that new emission world. So if you're not a Tier 4 final, now you're on wheels, there's an issue. Now what you can do is you can park it. And there's a timeline there that if it's parked for so long, it's not considered a mobile generator. I'm being filmed, so I'm gonna leave it at that. But tires are the key, everyone. Tires are the key. I mean, you have the right to move a generator around. You've got that right? It's just if it's a mobile generator, the rules change. And like I said, owning mobiles is difficult. We sell them, and I have a long conversation with our customers about it, just because of when the roads aren't passable, they're not passable. And like even during Uri, I pulled my guys off the road. I pulled them off the road for 24 hours. There's ice. They got big trucks. I'm not going to report to someone's family that I killed their dad in a service truck. So moving that equipment around becomes a challenge. I mean, when it's a nice day like this and some transformer blows up, then yeah, great solution. But generally, that's not the case. Generally, things are pretty bad. So I don't want to say don't ever get a mobile generator, but you have to realize what you're getting into and how to maintain it. Or if you got a relationship with someone, can you get it? Most companies, they'll make you pay for like first right of refusal. So if you go to like United Rental or Hertz or someone like that and say, hey, I want to have a contract with you, they're like, okay, you're going to pay me so much a year. And what that entails is when a storm comes on the TV, I'm going to call you and ask you if you want it. If you say no, I go to the next person. And I'm talking about the storm on the TV. I'm not talking, oh, it's getting windy here. They want to get it out of there. So first right of refusal is one way that some of the people have it if you have an agreement with them. But like I said, if you at the very minimum make a safe provision for a roll-up in case you do get a hold of one, if you're not going to pull the trigger on getting a generator, then that's a good first step. And that tap box is nice, it's easy, but that may not be an option for you. So there may be other ways to do it, but you've got to have a good way to keep that utility away from you because you don't know when it's going to come back. So if you've thought that part all the way through, then at least make that gesture. What did they just say in the news the other day? ERCOT said that they are going to have to double what they're doing to feed the loads in the next 6 years. 6 years, they're going to have to double their output. How long does it take to get a permit to build a power plant? Yeah, don't run it through my property. It's going to be challenging here. And they're blaming it on the new AI data center guys and the crypto guys. So there may be laws coming with that. Arizona just did that. Arizona just said no more. Keep your data centers to yourself. They're too intrusive. I think it's going to come to the point that those guys are going to have to show up with their own power. So one search with AI takes 17% more power. One search with AI. How many people are going to search with AI? It's going to be all over the place. So they just did a thing the other day. They put one in up in Virginia. So this is funny to me because this is all evolving, right? They said they don't know how much power it's going to take. They had a supercomputer hooked up to it. They don't know how much power it's going to take, but they think it's going to be about 1 megawatt. So they make provisions for 1 megawatt. And then they're going to run the program. But they don't know what the outcome of that program is going to be, right? Because they're running the program. So they don't know what it's going to do. Now, what's different between an AI data center and a regular data center is AI is nothing but processing. A data center you see today is a little bit of processing, a lot of storage. There's a lot of storage going on there. So this is pure processing, pure power. So the thing went over 2 megawatts and blew up all the cables. And then they screwed up all the power, the town's power. So I don't know what they're going to do. I think turbines may start coming back. I'm not sure. But distributed generation microgrids are a new thing that's going to be pretty big, and it's going to be a mix, right? So I don't know if you guys know, Texas is the #1 wind state in the United States. It's the #1 solar state now in the United States, past California. So we rely a lot on renewables. And if you ever go to the ERCOT's website, which is fun, I enjoy that, it shows you what power is online. So it shows you in the morning when solar starts to ramp up, right? But of course, solar comes back offline. These data centers won't. So everyone's trying to find out what the right mix of these different technologies are that are out there. I mean, it's going to get pretty interesting. I think I'm in the right business. But we're a resource for you guys. So if you think of something afterwards that you want to talk about in class or whatever, just feel free to reach out, and we'll be glad to help you any way we can. And I can tell you, I've been around for a little bit. If we don't have a solution for you, I'll tell you where to go. I'll tell you where to go find it. So it's a small industry. We all kind of look out for each other. But speak up if you see something weird before you do something wrong. Troublemaker.
You said
Yes.
there was conversion kits. If you had a big diesel unit, you could change it to natural gas.
No, you change the biofuel, but not be EPA certified. And they don't get the spread. So because they don't know the mapping of the engine, because what happens is the injectors start to get a lot hotter because you're running natural gas through there. So if you kind of don't know the mapping of the engine, you can't push it that hard. So they'll probably get 40, maybe 50% displacement just because they don't know the engine. Yep. Good? You guys ready to get back to work?
Give us your surveys, and then we also have extra copies of the workbook, so please feel free to take some of those with you, take them back to your colleagues, and we welcome any feedback. And Dan's still here if you have any other last questions for me, didn't want to say in front of everybody else. And thank everybody for their time. Thank you to the City of Corpus and Corpus Christi Water Utilities for providing us the space, and hope everybody has just some nice, easy few inches of rain that fill up all the reservoirs and don't cause any flooding or damage.
We're counting on all y'all to move that water around.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.